What you should never do with a Ryzen 7 or 9 series processor. I'm going to demonstrate it to you by using this Ryzen 7600. And the problem outright is this. If you're buying a Ryzen series 7 or 9 processor, do not even think of using the stock Wraith cooler. To start out, let's look at the CPU temperatures at idle. It is a toasty 61 degrees with the CPU fan running at 88%. Remember, this is a stock Wraith cooler. And to stress the CPU, we are going to use Cinebench. As soon as we start Cinebench, temperature right up to 84 degrees Celsius. Remember, the summer is hot and the room temperature is quite high. At this point, 84 degrees and 100% of fan speed. So there is not much of headroom for the cooler to work. Also notice the frequencies is hovering right around 4750. A look at the current CPU wattage, which hovers around 90 watts. Fast forward to 2 minutes into Cinebench and we see the processor is already at 94 degrees Celsius. The frequency drops further to around 4700. And I'm going to end this here because I'm just not comfortable at this CPU running so hot. Even though AMD says that a 95 degree operating temperature is fine for this CPU. Come in the Deepcool AG400 Digital. This is quite an affordable cooler for what it offers, as we will see later on in the video. A quick look at the cooler, and I am not going too much in depth about this cooler because that is not the crux of this video. But the cooler looks solidly built with a nice retro display on the front which shows you both the CPU temperature and also its usage. In the box, whatever mounts you require for both Intel and AMD, and also thermal paste. All installed and ready to test the PC again. And look at that. Now the idle temperature is hovering around 49 degrees. Also note the fan speed. 49 degrees. That is right off the bat around a 12 degree drop in temperature compared to the Wraith cooler. Start up Cinebench, and remember this testing is at stock motherboard settings with just Expo enabled. And right off the bat, we see the temperatures rising and for now stable at around 64-65 degrees. But more importantly, check out the fan speed, still a lot more headroom for cooling, and more importantly the frequency. It's already bumped up by about 250 megahertz. Fast forward to 2 minutes into the test and the temperature stabilizes at around 67-68 degrees. The clock speeds also at 5000 megahertz. But I'm going to stop this test here. Going to make a couple of tweaks to the BIOS and let's get back into it. In the BIOS, I made just a couple of tweaks. The only tweaks I've made to the BIOS are to the curve optimizer and to the CPU boost clock override. And immediately we see a bump in the frequency, 5350 megahertz. With the temperature steadily rising. But let's get back into it after 2 minutes. Clock frequency is still at 5350. Temperatures hitting around 80 degrees. Fan speed maximum. A quick look at the CPU wattage. Earlier it was pulling in around 90 watts. Right now it is at around 110 watts. And let this test complete and let's get back into it after 10 minutes. 10 minutes in, CPU at around 83-84 degrees. More like hovering around 82. Clock still around 5350. That, my friends, is a boost of almost 650 megahertz over the stock cooler. That's a huge per core increase. Do not make this mistake, and all this without any proper overclocking, with just a couple of tweaks. This video is meant to be just a heads up so that you do not make the mistake of using a stock cooler with the Ryzen 7 or Ryzen 9 series CPUs.